Welcome back, guys, to another video. Today I'll be showing you guys how I catch fish off a drop shot. I'll show you my setup, my equipment, what lures I like to use, how I retrieve it, so you guys can catch as many bass as possible. Alright, to start off, I use a spinning rod. I use about, I think, 20-pound braid line and an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. You can go from as little as a foot leader to more than that. I use quite a bit just because I break off a lot, because I like to fish around a lot of cover, so I break off quite a bit. That way I don't have to retie another leader every time. So mine's is a little bit longer, probably like 4 to 5 feet maybe. So this rod is a medium, moderate fast, 6'6". This is what I use. It's a little Daiwa Samurai X2. For the hooks, I mainly use a 2-watt. This is actually a round bend worm hook. I don't use this as often. I started using it lately. I ran out of the straight shank hooks, which you can either get this. So far it's working out, but I like the straight shank hooks better at 2-watt size. The Robo Worm sells a nice hook. I'll try to leave links down in the description below so you guys can check everything out that I'm talking about. And then for the weight, for another hook, an alternative hook that I use is a size 1 mosquito hook. And this is where I nose hook the bait. And then for the weight, I use a 3/16 ounce cylinder weight. I don't use anything else but this. I've always used 3/16. For the baits, this is a Yum sonar minnow and gizzard shad. I haven't had much luck with this. I'm sure it'll work. This is not my confidence bait for the drop shot. Another one I use quite a bit, and I'm almost out of them. I only have 3 left. Is the Dream Shot, and I nose hook this. I use the mosquito hook. This catches smaller bass. I'm pretty sure it can catch big bass too, but then you're also going to be catching other little fish, little panfish as well. The main one I've been using lately is the Robo Worm. This is I believe the 4.5-inch Warning Dawn with the chartreuse tail. I mainly use this one. I'm almost out. I only have 2 left. But this is 6-inch Margarita Mutilator. This is my favorite one. And I currently bought the Morning Dawn 6-inch. Since I fish pretty clear water, I feel like it's more translucent, so I feel like it might be a little better for the fish to eat. We'll see. I'll test this out. I haven't had a chance to test it out yet. So for the rigging part, I'll show you how to rig. For this, you need to know how to do a Palomar knot. I'm not going to be showing how to do a Palomar knot in this video. If you need me to, I will. Let me know in the comments. But there's a lot of videos out there showing how to do the Palomar knot. So for this, you want to leave a pretty long tag in for your weight. And we'll start off with the Palomar knot. Alright, so what you want to do here, after you tie the Palomar knot, what you want to do here is grab your tag in and pass that line on top of this opening right here with the hook part facing up. Then you pass it through, and what that does, it's going to make this hook part stand up like this. It's gonna be upside up like this. So when you put the worm, it's always gonna stay like this. You don't want this facing down. You're gonna miss a lot of fish that way. So next, we're gonna be putting the weight. So to do that, you grab your tag in, pass it through. It's very simple. And then you want to measure how far you want the weight to be from the hook. So for me, it's about a foot. That's good enough for me. So there, you pull it up a little bit, and what you can do also, depending on if you're fishing around a lot of cover and maybe snag a little bit, you can just tie a simple knot, just so the weight won't slip off as easy. Just a simple knot. That's all you need. All right, so we got this set up now. So now I'm actually gonna try this one. For this worm right here, I actually Texas rig it. So what you do is just exactly like a Texas rig. Go up top, push it down to about this far down, punch it through, bring it all the way up. Bring it all the way up, and now you want to see where the hook is going to come out from. So it's about right here. So now you want to poke the hook through, and then bring it out. Pretty much it's a Texas rig, so it's very simple. So there we go. So we're all set up with this now, and I wanted to show you how to nose hook. I'm not gonna nose hook on this time, but you can nose hook. You can catch a lot of fish that way too. I'll show you guys how to do it with this gizzard shad. So instead of using this size 2-aught roundworm hook, you're gonna use your size 1 hook, mosquito hook. And so what you do is you go under the bait, try to find the middle, and then you bring it. You don't pass it all the way through, you just halfway. So you can either, if you're fishing around a lot of cover and you might get hung up, you don't have to expose the hook at all. Keep it that way, and that's how it's gonna stay. But if you're missing hook sets, you can actually bring it closer to the tip and do it this way. And you'll miss a lot less fish that way, but you will get snagged a lot more. So those are 2 ways to do it, and those are the 2 ways that I usually do it. But my main way to do it is this way. I love the 6-inch robo worm. I've caught so many, from big to small. So all we need now, guys, is go out to the water and catch some fish. So let's go get hooked on bass. All right, guys, we're out here in the water now. One of my favorite spots to fish. I'm gonna show you guys where I cast and how I retrieve it. I've been having a lot of success. It's really simple. It's a simple method, but it's very effective. I want you guys to catch fish. If you follow my method and you guys start catching fish, let me know in the comments. Right now I see that piece of laydown right there. They're sticking up. So I don't want to throw it directly at it because I'll get snagged. So what I like to do is I like to cast around the outside of it. I try to judge what's the outside and make sure, and hopefully that there's no branches or anything like that further out. But if you feel like there might be branches that stick out further out, just cast a little further away from it. Just kind of test it out and see how far away it is. So I'm gonna make just pitch it out there. You want as much subtle splash as possible. You don't want a big splash. That'll startle the fish. That'll turn the fish off and they'll just swim away. So just a simple cast, make a small splash. So this is what I start off with, lay down. So I'll fish around lay downs. Hopefully I can get one for you guys, show it in the camera, but I'll show you guys how I do it. So just cast it. See, that was a little subtle splash. So now what I do is I tighten the line a bit to where I feel it tight, and I just jiggle it if you can see my rod tip, I'm slightly jiggling it. It's not much of a jiggle, and then I stop. Jiggle it some more and stop. and I don't reel it in as much, especially around, like if I'm targeting a lay down. I don't reel it as much. I just leave it there and just jiggle it and hope for a fish to come. And you can probably take about, you can do this for about 5 minutes or even longer, depending if you feel like there's a fish around, just leave it. You need a lot of patience for this method, but for the sake of the video, I'll reel it in and keep throwing it out until I find something. So I'm gonna cast it further out. Okay, so tighten the line, make it tight to where I can feel the bottom of it. Okay, so now I'm jiggling it. Stop, jiggle it some more, stop. Like right now I can feel that it's going over some cover, some wood at the bottom. It gets a little tight, so I just kind of bounce it. I know a lot of people like to bounce this a lot. I usually don't. I try to allow the weight to drag while the bait is doing all the bouncing. So I drag the weight and it almost looks like it's swimming. If it works better for you bouncing it, then go for it. Like, whatever works for you in your water. But for me, I've had a lot of success just dragging the weight at the bottom. And then you can cast the lay down just a few times. Maybe they just didn't want to eat at that time. Maybe a fish comes by that wasn't there at the first time you cast it. So just target lay downs quite a bit. You will get snagged, so I suggest you buy quite a bit of hooks, quite a bit of bait, and quite a bit of weights, because you will get snagged and you will lose tackle that way, but you will also catch a lot more fish that way. Another good way too, if you have polarized glasses, is just scan, especially on a sunny day. You see sun, just scan and see if there's any fish swimming by, and if there is, don't just directly throw it at them. Either throw it past them or wait until they turn their back. Once they turn their back, cast it, just not in front of them, because they'll get startled that way. And that's another good way to fish it, and just be patient about it. The fish will see it. I didn't get any bites here, so I'm gonna move on a little deeper down there to the next spot, see if I can find anything there. All right guys, I see something here. I don't know if it's some kind of stick, a branch or something, but I see a dark spot. It's currently facing me. Looks, from what I can see, it's currently facing me. So I'm gonna throw it past it and then slowly bring it this way and see if it's a fish and if it wants to eat. The weather has gotten quite cold. I don't know if that's gonna make a big difference on the fish eating. And then there was some training from firefighters yesterday too that I stopped by, so they probably really startled the fish. They're blasting water on the lake. I'm trying to be as stealthy as possible. A bank angler, stealth is your biggest friend, because the fish usually see you before you see them. So I'm still casting around that lay down. I was on the other side, so I'm gonna see if there's anything on this side. And I got one. There you go. See? Simple as that. I worked that lay down, gave it a different angle, just jiggled it a little bit, and he had it right away. So it's that simple, guys. This is a very easy method, and you will catch fish, I promise you that. This has been my #1 go-to this year, and I have caught over 10 fish now. I work a lot, so it's like I don't always fish. I'm not fishing every day, but from the days I've come fishing, I've fished. I mean, I've caught quite a bit of fish already. So yeah, nice little guy. But yep, that's all it takes. Just a few jiggles, work around lay downs. Don't throw it directly at it. because then you will get snagged and you'll have to retie, and who likes to do all that, right? So yeah, just try to find different angles on a lay down. You don't have to hop it crazy. Keep it subtle. And if you catch a fish in one spot, don't be afraid to cast it back in there. There might be another one in there. They usually like to hang out together, so just throw it back in there and see if there's anything else. Maybe there's a bigger one. For the sake of the video, I'm going fast. I usually take my time, but you guys wouldn't want to see me just spending 5 minutes here jiggling the bait. So it's just I'm going in and out. If they bite, good. If they don't, then I'll just move on to the next spot. But yeah, so just do that, jiggle it, stop, jiggle it some more, and the whole time I'm keeping the line tight, because I want to keep the bait as high as possible. You know, I want to keep it around that foot, about that foot range that I tied my hook and weight. So I want to keep it in the water. I want to keep it like this, and then just jiggle it. A lot more laid down here, so there's fish can be all over here. So just cast it out there to see if there's anything away from the lay down. And by keeping the line tight, you can feel when a fish grabs it. You'll either feel a thump thump or something like that. You'll feel like a thump, or you'll feel your line get really tight. And once you feel it get tight, just pop it one time, and if you have a fish, I mean, you'll see the line move. It'll swim back and forth, and you'll know you have a fish. So I see another lay down, so I want to cast it as close as possible to that. I have a lot of trees around me, so I have to be extremely careful with my cast, because if not, I'll get a tree bass. I don't like tree bass. Alright guys, so I fished around here. I would take longer here. I would probably take about 20 minutes fishing this area. But like I said, for this video, for the sake of the video and the tutorial, I'm just gonna keep it moving. And I see a huge bass over there. That is huge, probably like a 3-pounder maybe. So I'm gonna go over here and see, hopefully I can catch it. It's big. All right, I'm gonna keep casting it out there. Okay, I don't know if it's bedding or what, but he is not even interested, to be honest. And one thing, don't be afraid to change the way you work it. You can make bigger pops. If the fish is not eating, especially if you see one looking at it, and if he's not eating with a slow jiggle, or you just leaving it steady, maybe he just wants it a little faster. So, but for the most part, I just do little subtle movements. It looks like the fish went a little deeper now. All right, so I'm gonna keep it moving. So I'm gonna cast it out that way. So you wanna let it fall away, and then tighten your line. And as soon as it gets a little tight, then you feel it pulling, that's when you start working your bait. So when I cast it that far distance, and I want to bring it all across, all the way down, what I do is, this is when I jiggle it a little bit, and I slowly slowly bring it back. You do not have to be fast with this. And if you, like I said, if you feel some resistance, just pop it up. It might just be grass, or it might be a fish. So you slowly want to bring it back that way, and then just move your rod just a bit. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. You just want to make sure you're not jerking it too hard, or so wait, pause. you're not trying to work it, I guess. I don't want to say jerk it, doesn't sound right. You don't want to like move it or give it as much action. You just want a little bit of action. Oh, I think I have one, a little one. There we go, another little one. This one's tiny. It's a little guy right here, little baby. And worm is near his size. This dude's tiny. It's probably the smallest one I've caught all year. He's just a little baby. Pretty healthy baby. Little got a nice little tummy. Beautiful bass. Thanks for biting. I'm gonna grow a little bigger. It's really that simple, guys. If you're struggling, like I said, try this method. Let me know. This is, to be honest, this is the most simplest method that I use. Just so simple. Just fish it around cover. Like I said, you will get snagged, so be prepared. You know, have weights, have hooks, have more lures. You know, stock up and fish it around cover. Find part of your pond or lake that has laid down like this. You know, I'm in a little pocket over here. Main lake, the main pond is over there on that. It's over there on that side. But I'm all the way at the edge where there's just trees and everything, and I'm catching them here. I'm just fishing, target fishing right now, so once I get out of my target zone, I just reel it back in. You can do that, or you can slowly bring it. You never know. There can be a fish somewhere in the middle. But at this moment, I'm just fishing certain targets, and once I'm out of that target zone, I just bring it back. So right now I'm targeting that lay down, that lays all across. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. That concludes the how I fish the drop shot. Write down in the comments if you guys follow these steps and you guys caught some fish, some bass. So alright man, like always, thanks for watching. Till next time. Oh, got this. Oh man, she's a big one. Finally. Check this one out. Oh man, this one's big. Man. I gotta check the weight on her. I have to change out the SIM card, so I have to leave her out in the water for a little bit. But 4.9. That's my biggest one yet. Alright guys, I'm gonna put her back. I've had her here, so I think she's ready to spawn. I'm gonna toss her out there. I had to throw it deep. It's too shallow for her here. Whew, that was good. I did not get her in the drop shot. I actually saw her trying to eat turtles, so I changed to something that can kind of mimic a turtle, which was this football head jig, and I just dragged it. She finally got it. Whew, that was a big one. Alright guys, that's all for today.